I'm being fully transparent, it likely has something to do with the fact that I downloaded a vertical plugin called Atom Vertical. So it's essentially having to run it's running the normal horizontal stream, but then it's also running the vertical off to the side. Yeah, dude, this is terrible. The connection, like, it's just dropping a shit ton of frames at, like, my fucking, god damn it, dude. Like, I might just not be able to do this because I'm on a fucking laptop, to be honest. So I'm on, like, the worst possible thing. Let me just spin around and see how much my CPU and GPU takes up. I mean, 30–40% CPU is what it's reading. And then on my OBS it's saying 16%, but that's bullshit. 12% GPU. I mean, it's not terrible. I dropped it to 30 FPS. My bit rate's at like 3500. It's at 720p. I legitimately believe. Okay, let me actually do this. Man, I mean, my computer is fucking humming. That fan is working hard. Why people end up just saying, fuck it, like, I'm buying a PC. Oh. My Wi-Fi is kinda cooked right now. Why is it doing this? My Wi-Fi is chopped cheese right now. What the fuck happened? Like, this is also the thing that fucking pisses me off, is like, this shit happens, the Wi-Fi just happens to be working up right until I do this shit, and I need it to work, and it just doesn't want to work. I mean, I'm honestly, like, racking my brain trying to figure out what else I can fucking do here to make this run smoother, but holy shit. It's actually brain dead. Because before, I was literally running it at fucking 1080p, 60 FPS, minus. I mean, this is essentially just gonna be a fucking test stream trying to get the Wi-Fi or get these settings dialed in. Let me see. So, on this Wi-Fi, it seems to be handling it a little bit better. Like I said, I fucked with like a lot of settings. Why is this not muted? Probably because I unmuted it at some point and just didn't fucking mute it again. What else is unmuted? I need all of this to be muted. Alright, so basically, I added the vertical plugin. I set all that up. That's running on 720p with 128 audio bitrate. That's running at 35. bitrate for videos, so I mean that should be good. This is running 3500 kbps, super fast CPU usage preset, x60% 20p, audio bitrate 128. Yeah, videos 30 FPS, 720p. Yeah, so I really don't see what would be the big problem here. I guess we'll find out. Let me just start doing this shit and see what it does. And then let me see how it looks on the stream. Like, is it dropping frames? Yeah, so it seems a big part of this is like a Wi-Fi connection issue too, because that looks fine. Once I switch to Wi-Fi, which, in my opinion, I don't know how this Wi-Fi is better, but it is. But okay, running 30 FPS, which I don't love, but it's like it's no use. It literally does not fucking matter if I run 60 FPS if the whole fucking stream is choppy as shit. That would literally negate the entire point of having a high frame rate. So yeah, so right now, let me check my system performance again. It actually seems like my computer's cooling down. So based on my very, very limited knowledge, if anybody's watching this, don't take anything I'm saying to be absolute fact or any sort of fact, actually. It's just basically what other people say on the internet. The average CPU usage should be rocking around 30 to 50%. Anything like 80 and above is bad. And GPU, I mean, it's at 12%, that's fine. So that's good. And the thing that we're gonna have to trade here, well, it might not even be a trade. I'll have to actually watch this back and compare it to my other streams. But essentially what the trade is here is like we're trying to trade quality, I guess. Like clarity, quality for smoothness. That's why it's like, are you trading quality? We want it to be decently clear, but we also want it to be smooth. So, I mean, right now it seems to be rocking pretty fine. I mean, we've been going for 8 minutes. The CPU's chilling, 30 FPS. We're rocking strong connection, no dropped frames. I mean, I'm watching the stream on my phone just to make sure everything looks good. And as far as I'm aware, everything looks pretty much fine. I mean, yeah, 30 FPS is probably going to be the way to go here. So, the thing that I'm unsure of is like, one, is this sustainable? What's gonna happen after an hour or two? Two, do I even know what actually fixed the problem here? Because I just changed a bunch of shit. I lowered a bunch of settings. I changed the FPS. So I don't even really know if I know what just fixed it. Could have been a Wi-Fi issue the entire time. I don't know. We set up a hotkey to record. So here's the story as to why I'm even doing all this in the first place, which I'll probably end up privating the stream and nobody will listen to this anyways. But I used to use a service called Eclipse AI. It was like $20 a month. Broken, haven't been able to log into it for the past few months, and then I realized, like, or at least on my PC, I can't log into the service or the website or whatever. And so I'm like, well, what the fuck? I stopped paying for the service, obviously. I can log into it on my phone app, like on the app on my phone, but it won't let me keep my YouTube stream connected. So I'm like, well, what the shit is up with that? And I'm trying to like reconnect, and I kind of just let it go for a couple of months because I know that one, this sort of like service and system and program, especially with the AI that's being used, is like, it's one, not easy to develop, and two, a lot of these teams are like pretty small dev teams, and so they'll run like Discord servers and shit that you can be a part of and connect with them on a pretty intimate level. But I recently like wanted to start making clips again, and I'm like trying to log in and attach my stream, and it just won't fucking work. So I start reaching out to them in the Discord, and they essentially tell me like, oh yeah, we know that we used to allow you to have your YouTube stream connected on our free version, but we don't allow that anymore. It's like, okay, well, your system has been broken for months. I can't even fucking log into the thing, and now you're giving me essentially a worse product for something that, like, for a more expensive price tag. Like, why the fuck would I use that? So me being a cheap broke motherfucker that I am, I'm like, I need to figure out another solution. I'm just not going to use the service. Like, that's bullshit. And I'm looking for another service that's like this, and what sucks is there's not a ton of them, and most of them are either super sketchy or like you gotta pay a bunch of money and shit like that. So I'm like, what the fuck can I do here? And the one I kept really coming across that I almost downloaded is something called assistant.gg, and the problem that I was finding with that, it looked decent enough, but the problem I was running into is like, I didn't want something that's actively recording my entire stream, saving it to my computer, and then creating clips after. That's gonna eat a shit ton of fucking storage on my computer, and I stream from a laptop. I don't have that much storage anyways to begin with. So it's just gonna eat a shit ton of storage, and it's gonna make it way harder for my system, because not only is it having to live stream, it's having to simultaneously run a recording in the background and save it. So I'm like, I don't think that's gonna work for me. Like, I'm not looking for that. And as I start doing more research, I find, like, in Reddit forums and OBS forums, that people are talking about like replay buffer within OBS, so you can set a replay buffer in, which is essentially the same shit as the plugin that I downloaded. And that allows you to hit a hotkey. It'll essentially save a clip from the last whatever duration you set, but it's still in that like wide 16 by 9 framing. And not only that, but my face cam is in the wrong position. It's in the top left corner. So it's like, sure, I could do that and it'll save that clip for the last 30 seconds, but then I have to go and edit it even more, and that's a bitch to deal with. So I end up finding this thing that people are talking about called Atom, AITUM vertical. It's a plugin for OBS, and I go to the website. It's completely free. They also offer a multi-stream plugin as well that's, as far as I'm aware, completely free. That kind of just hardwires into your OBS. And pretty much as soon as I downloaded it, a lot of it was set up. But if you know the basics of OBS, it's pretty easy to set up. And if you don't, there are plenty of YouTube videos that'll explain it. Google will explain it to you perfectly fine. But I downloaded this plugin. It's called, again, Atom vertical. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it. And then it essentially adds another preview screen. So if you're familiar with the layout of OBS, you can see how I have my face cam in the top left corner overlaid on my gameplay, and that's a window within my control system. So if you look at my computer screen right now, it shows a bunch of different shit. It's like the controls hub for the entire stream, right? And then what this item vertical plugin does is it adds essentially a separate window off to the side next to the vertical window that you're seeing now. And I can, within OBS, change the layout of that to essentially record vertical content. So I can change the framing, and I blew it up, put it in that 9:16, so it's like the framing of your iPhone or your Android or whatever the fuck it is that you're watching, like YouTube Shorts and Reels on. And then it also allows me to move my face cam, so it's like I have it centered, perfectly framed for that vertical footage, and it allows me to resize and move my face cam and set up a hotkey. So I basically have it set up to where when I hit C, it'll just do the backtrack clip for the last 2 minutes. And I'm like, that's fucking money. That's pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. And I don't think there are options where I can stream, like I said, multi-stream to TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, all that simultaneously. And that would add a lot of fucking computing problems for my laptop. Like, that's a lot of power and shit to handle. I bet that just eats Wi-Fi too. So I don't even think my computer could really handle that as much as I would like it to be able to. But you can also, yeah, you can record vertical, you can stream vertical outputs, you can do the backtrack. There's a virtual camera for it too, so it's like there's a lot of things that you can kind of do with it, and it's way higher quality. Like, the footage is going to be way higher quality than those AI services that connect to your YouTube channel, download the footage, upload it again, edit it, like re-upload it again, and it's just a lot of layers, I'll call them, to get through that adds bad quality and shit. It just adds noise. So, like, if you're on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or whatever the fuck you use, Snapchat, a lot of the time you'll see like memes that are insanely bad video quality, and it's just because they're just ripped over and over and over again. So right now, yeah, I'm kind of just sitting here and seeing, like, this is essentially just a test stream. It wasn't gonna be, but now it has to be, because I thought I had the settings dialed in, and as soon as I started the stream, it just, it was cooked. It, like, just fucking crashed out on me. Everything just dropped, so I had to readjust every fucking setting pretty much. And I think it's, for the most part, decent right now. It's about 20 minutes in. I'm trying to see if it's gonna spike the CPU over time as it, like, gets further into the stream. I'm trying to see how it handles the simultaneous horizontal and vertical recording. I mean, as far as I'm aware, it looks pretty decent. Like, I'll have to watch it back and compare it to my other streams, because I dropped the settings. If you consider the resolution that I used to run, it was 1080p, 60 FPS. And I don't really think it was actually running that, at least not efficiently, just because my computer can't, like, handle that efficiently or very effectively. So I think it was having a lot of issues there, but when it was running, that was what it was running. And now it's 720, 30 FPS with higher, or I guess less reliance on the CPU, so it's technically lower quality in that sense. It's lower bit rate, it's a lower audio bit rate. Like, I dropped a lot of the quality settings, so I'll have to compare and see how it stacks up to my other streams. I'm not sure, and I know this is probably very boring. I mean, I'm kind of a nerd, so that's why I'm just sitting here rambling about it, but it's like, yeah, I gotta make sure that this is dialed in, because if I don't, I mean, I'm just gonna be running shit stream, like, and it's gonna be a mess. Like, even the simplest thing was happening earlier that was really pissing me off, where there's this button on the OBS controls layout that's called studio mode. And essentially what it lets you do is, if you're running multiple scenes, so if I had different cameras, like the one that you see now here, and then let's say I had my phone linked up to my OBS system and that camera was rolling, and I had a camera over here to my left side, you can transition between those. And when you have on the studio mode, it'll show you your program scene, which is the active thing that it's showing the audience, you guys, and it'll preview the other scene for you, so you can see what you're about to transition into. And I guess hit the studio mode button, which forces that to pop up, and I didn't notice. And I didn't usually have that on before, so I'm like trying to figure out how to make this shit go away, and I just could not figure it out. I'm like getting so fucking mad. I'm like, where did this come from? Why is it here? Why can I not make it go away? I can get rid of every fucking else, like everything else that's all modular except for this one thing that never existed before for me. What the fuck happened? I look it up and it's like, yeah, I just click the studio mode button. I'm like, damn it, dude. Damn it, dude. Damn it. So, I'm trying to one, figure out the settings, see if this runs efficiently, but two, I'm trying to become a master of OBS. Like, if I can't understand the settings, and I can't efficiently, like, I guess, teach, explain, reproduce, it's gonna be much harder for me in the future, and once I do upgrade, if I upgrade my setup. But this is the type of shit that makes you realize it's like, I don't have any plans on trying to make this a job, trying to earn money off this, trying to be famous. Like, I just do this for fun. I like the ability to make content and post and create stuff, but I also like the ability to, like, I'm a pretty lonely guy, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a ton of friends, so it's like a good way for me to connect with people. And so it's like I don't have any like sort of plans or wants or needs to become famous or make money off of this, but it's like you realize how expensive the hobby is if you want to do it at a like decent level. And so it's like, if I want to be able to run better settings, higher quality stream, and just kind of grow as a creator, even just for the hobby, it's like very expensive. Like, I started this whole streaming shit very conveniently, very easily, with just like a laptop and my Xbox, which you used to not be able to do before. Like, you had to have the capture card, you had to have the high graphics card that's expensive as shit, you had to have all of these good like systems set up with the best plugins and the best like shit. But now that the technology has kind of developed more, it's to the point where it's I'll say, not very easy unless you actually kind of have a background and know what you're doing, but it's semi-easy to access in the sense that I was able to just get in and start streaming with like just my laptop and my Xbox. And it was very bad quality, but it was a like easy enough entry point for me. It was easy enough to set up, and it was not like a huge chore. And I've kind of just started to increase the quality and setup as I go, right? So it's like I have the Elgato now, which makes it much better quality. And the way that I used to, I guess, run the stream was I would do the screenplay from my Xbox on my computer and then have OBS record that window on my computer, which is like very inefficient, very hard to run, and very bad like quality. It sucked ass. So as like that's as I was posting. It's like I was getting feedback, bro. This filmed on a toaster. I'm like, yeah, don't let them know my secret for real. And it's like I appreciate that feedback because I also want it to be better, and it gives me like a place to grow into. So it's like I do get the capture card, and I don't get salty when people say it's bad quality. Like, I'm not gonna lie to myself. I knew the footage was bad quality. Like, it sucked ass. But I just wanted to start, right? And then allow myself to grow. And so I got the capture card, but like, it's not fucking cheap. It's like $150 for that one piece of equipment. That's a piece of metal and plastic that does one very specific thing. Like, takes up like 3 inches on my desk. And then if I want to like get better quality for my stream, you realize, oh, you're gonna have to upgrade your PC system. Like, and that's not fucking cheap. And then you realize, oh, well, even if you do that, if your Wi-Fi sucks, like, you can't do anything. So you have to have better Wi-Fi, and that's expensive as shit. And then even then, you're probably wiring like an Ethernet cable. And then you're like, okay, well, how can I get the most like effective output out of my setup? Well, like I said, you want to be able to do things like multi-stream on different platforms at the same time, and like all of this stuff adds up. Where it's like whether you're trying to do it for a business or you're trying to just do it for fun, it becomes very expensive very quick. It's like photography in general, videography, photography. It's like all of this stuff becomes very expensive very quickly as you try to work your way up and grow. But that's not to say, like, I also am very confident, and I'll stand on the fact that it's like it's like absurdly easy to get into, in the sense of like compared to what it used to be. And I am not a fucking super intelligent person. Like, I kind of know my way around the tech sort of side of editing and running like OBS and like a lot of the film and photography technology on computers and shit like that. Like, but even then, I think if you didn't and you wanted to do this, it'd be much easier than a lot of people think to set up and start running. But it is, like I said, interesting because sometimes like shit just does not want to work and you just don't know why. And you're like, am I fucked here? Because if I can't figure this out, like, there's no fix. Like, especially the shittiest position to be in is, like, if I couldn't Google that shit earlier about the studio mode where I'm like, what the fuck do I do about this? Like, if there's no answer on Google, I'm confident, like, it's gonna be stuck there. It would still be stuck there, and it would be there for a very long time. I'm confident I would eventually figure it out, but it would be there for a long time. And so yeah, I mean, it seems to be running decent. I'm not having any frame drop. My CPU is not spiking. It seems to be fine on the stream. The real thing I'm gonna have to figure out is the audio, because I can't hear the audio back. Is the audio lining up? Is everything like as high quality as I actually think it is? Am I just being deceived? I'll also have to check the playback. So again, I mean, this is all for the sake of, like, this is me essentially. I believe this is true for a lot of things, and depending on the mood you catch me in, I can be a very pessimistic and negative person who's like, fuck it, it doesn't matter what you do, it's like there's no point. But I also truly believe it's like, in these situations where I didn't necessarily do anything wrong, and I believe that Eclipse as a service kind of quote-unquote fucked me over. Like, you're asking me for more money while dicking me over and taking away something that you already gave me just to, like, give me a worse service for more money. Now, you're not actually quote-unquote fucking me over, I guess. Maybe you are, depending on how you look at it. It pissed me off. Like, I'm not gonna lie about it. It pissed me off. I didn't want to have to deal with it. I didn't think I should have to deal with it. But because that thing happened, I now have been pushed into a position where, like, it's either, like, nut up or shut up. Sink or swim, motherfucker. It's like, you're either gonna find a way around it and figure it out, or you're just not gonna do it. And so for me, that meant downloading the vertical plugin and really, I guess, now starting to learn and figure out and, like, get a real understanding of the settings of OBS and what all this shit means and does. Like, even if that means I have to fucking Google the definition of words, like, I'm sure a lot of people have no idea what bitrate means or what it does. I'm one of those people. But, like, I'll fucking admit that, and I'll Google it, and I'll figure it out, and then add that to my repertoire. And so this is where I believe, like, a lot of people, whether they like it or not, and I think most people, actually pretty much everybody, doesn't like being inconvenienced. Like, this is where the growth really happens, when you say, fuck it, I'm gonna figure it out anyways. Like, I don't have the answer, it's not gonna be easy, it's annoying as fuck, I shouldn't have to deal with it, it's not my fault, but I clearly can't rely on the way that I used to do it. And if I still try to say, like, oh, well, I should be able to rely on the way I used to do it, so I'm not going to change. It's like, okay, well, you're just going to get left behind. So, and I honestly believe, now that I have this vertical plugin, which I could have had from the fucking start, like, my vertical clips, this is essentially the same exact format that I have a lot of my vertical clips already for my shorts and my reels. But it's going to be a higher video quality because it's not getting ripped, like, from and downloaded and redistributed over and over between services, like, 3 different fucking times. And then they'll tell me it's 1080p. It's like, bitch, this is not 1080p. You're fucking lying to me. So I think it's like, it's an evolution moment, right? Like, again, I don't feel this is something I necessarily should have had to deal with because it's not my fault. But now it's like, can I get better from this? Will I get better from this? I believe so, yeah. Like, do I get better at the hobby and the thing that I'm trying to achieve, like, which is essentially getting better at connecting with people and providing content and creation and value through, like, my streams and my videos and connecting with an audience and trying to build relationships with people. It's like, will I be able to give others like more value through this? I believe yes. And will I also be able to give myself more value, like, and be able to, I guess, achieve my goal more accurately in the way I want to? I also believe the answer is yes for that as well. And I also believe that even if your sole purpose or, like, want or motivation for streaming or creating is for a business or is for making money, it's like, yeah, you're probably gonna be better off, like, doing something like this and actually streaming to multiple platforms simultaneously versus, like, everybody kind of, when they found out that I started streaming, would ask me, it's like, why do you stream on YouTube? It's like, my answer was always, well, to be honest, I already had a YouTube channel, so it's easier for me. I understand it more. And 2, I think more people have access to YouTube, more people are aware of what YouTube is, and more people are willing to click on a YouTube link if they see it on my story or whatever versus a Twitch link. They're probably like, fucking, I don't use Twitch. Like, the average person who might not be a live stream person. Like, I think it's easier to convert the average person to YouTube than it is to convert them to Twitch. But I think the real answer is not like a or thing, it's an and thing. So it's like, if I'm smart, I don't stream on YouTube or Twitch. I stream on YouTube and Twitch. Like, if I'm smart, I don't upload just like YouTube Shorts. I upload YouTube Shorts, TikToks, Reels, and Facebook Shorts, like whatever the fuck it is, Facebook Reels, like all of that shit. So I think a lot of people, it's weird. A lot of people become very successful off of dedicating themselves to like one thing only. But I think the average person who tries to do that, it's like, is not successful. I mean, it's really hard to get into the 1% to be the best of the best. So it's like, if you stack all of your eggs in one basket, like, if I try, I'm 5'8", like, I'm 23 years old. If I try to go to the NBA right now, and I put all of my eggs in the basket of like, I'm gonna be a fucking professional basketball player, it's like, okay, I'm sure a lot of people would laugh in my face, and some other people would probably not want to hurt my feelings, and I'm more obliged to fucking agree with the people who laugh in my face, honestly. Because it's just a ridiculous notion to expect that all of a sudden I'm gonna be able to just do that thing because I want to, or because I dedicate my life to this one thing and become an expert at basketball. It's like, yeah, but if I fail at getting to the NBA, and now like I drop the basket of eggs, they're all broken. I have nothing left. I just wasted my life on trying to become an NBA player, when we all basically knew in the first place I was never likely to become an NBA player. Is it impossible for me to achieve that, like, if that's my dream or my goal? No. Is it really likely to happen? Fuck no. So it's like, I think, one, I don't like the idea of stacking all my eggs in one basket, so I do a lot of shit. I'll do a lot of different stuff for that reason. But I mean, sure, it might hurt you in some ways if you operate that way. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't believe it's a great idea to put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, I think it's interesting. So like, let's take the approach or think about it from the perspective of like, what if I took the idea of like streaming and I said, I am a streamer. Like, I'm gonna be a streamer. That's all I want to do. That's the only thing I'm gonna be. That's all I care about. Like, that's it. I'm a streamer. That's it. And I make that like my whole identity. It's like, if I don't become a famous streamer or whatever, and I never achieve that goal, then it's like, then by my own logic and basis and definition, like, I am nothing. So I think it's a smarter idea to take the approach of like, you're a human being first who likes to stream, who happens to be a streamer, like, who live streams. You're a human being who live streams. Like, you're not a musician. Like, you are a human being who plays music, who makes music. Like, you are not a basketball player or a football player, or a soccer player, or baseball player. Like, you're a human being who plays that sport. And I think when you say, and this is like very common in the sports world, when you say things like, oh, I'm a football player, it's all I'll ever be is I'm a football player. It's like, okay, well, if you truly believe that, life will teach you the hard way that football ends eventually. And then, based on your definition of, like, you're only a football player and that's all you'll ever be, it's like, okay, well, now you're nothing. What are you? I think that's a big part of the reason why a lot of people, like, join the military and go to war, come back, and it's like, they get ingrained, it's like, you're a soldier. I mean, you kind of have to have that if you're going to war and taking lives and risking your life and having to see your fucking people in your close vicinity that you spend a lot of time with die. I mean, it's like, you get you're a soldier. That's what you are. You're a warrior. You're a soldier. And then you come back home and it's like, what am I? It's like, well, I guess you're a soldier, but you're not in a war now, so you're nothing. And they feel like they're nothing. And then they end up regretting a lot of the shit, or they end up taking their own lives, or whatever it is. I mean, I just think a lot of, like, the average person is probably better off not focusing just on, like, one thing in their life and being like, I am this thing. Especially if that thing is, like, working for a company or a corporation that doesn't give a fuck about you. That's a whole different conversation to have. I mean, I even feel very strongly like, and this kind of is where things become a paradox because it's simultaneously true in opposite ways. It's like, even the opinions or the things that I'm saying right now, it's hard to want to commit to because it's like, there are many ways that what I'm saying could be construed as wrong based on how someone interprets my presentation. And even then, it's like, that's my intention might not be my presentation, and my presentation might not be the same way as you interpret it. So it's like, even with things that people say definitively, it's like, sure, humans breathe oxygen. I'm never really going to try to argue with that, but it's more of like when people say this is right or wrong, or this thing is true or false. It's like a lot of the time you can kind of argue around it pretty well. I mean, this is pretty much what makes a good lawyer. And be able to say, it's like, yeah, but is that actually true? Is that actually real? Because if you look at it this way, I mean, how much of life is like that? It's like, how many people have found extreme amounts of success by only focusing on the one thing, by becoming an expert on the one thing, becoming a master of the one thing? Like, look at fucking LeBron James, Tiger Woods, like, look at the people on my wall, fucking Jimi Hendrix and J. Cole. I mean, it's very hard to say that it's like it's wrong to put all your eggs in one basket and become a master of one craft when millions and millions of people have done that and become very, very successful because of it. But what you generally find is they become very successful off of that one thing, and then they diversify once they become very successful and start to do more things. So it's like, again, it's a paradox in the sense of like both things are kind of true at the same time. Oh god. If anybody finds this, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? He's 23 years old, sitting in his room at 12:31 a.m. I guess it's Friday now, on a Friday, just talking to a computer camera by himself. Like, that's a whole other fucking factor of all of this. It's like, someone might watch this and be like, oh my god, he's speaking absolute philosophical prophetic facts right now. Bro is the chosen one. And then someone else could be like, this guy's a fucking high dumbass. What is he on? Like, bro's the Fenty monster from fucking Sesame Street, god damn it. Like, what is he tripping on? Just yapping by himself, making no sense, or pointing out the complete obvious. Like, it could go both ways. But I, as a human being, understand that too. So it's like, a lot of people want to act like shit's only one way, but in reality, it's like, is life a thing? Yup. There you go. That's just kind of how you gotta live it. Is life a thing that exists and happens, maybe, that we... Yup. Ethan for president, 2026. Yeah, I mean... This is kind of just what it's like being in my brain all the time. I mean, it's been 45 minutes of me essentially just sitting in this house on Minecraft doing nothing but yapping, just looking at the statistics on my computer, seeing how this stream is running on my computer with these new settings. But even then, I'm kind of being dumb because like I should probably be moving around and doing shit to actually test it accurately. Alright, I'll go farm. Fuck it. I guess to explain the title of this stream, I've just kind of been blueballing anybody who's like, why the fuck is the title of the stream? Like, bro, you really did that shit off stream? Unfortunately, yes. So, me and the boys, oh god, that's how long I've been, like, everything has grown. Me and the boys decided that we were gonna go do the end dragon fight. Well, I got trolled at first. I got hit in the group chat with the, yo, Ethan, hop on, we're going to fight the Ender Dragon. We got all the stuff and we're ready to go. Get on, we gotta go do it. I'm like, alright, I'm ready. I'm locked in. Let's go. So I hop on and they're like, oh, we was just playing you. We was just playing. I'm like, well, god damn it. And then the other homie hopped on because he thought the same thing as me. He thought we were gonna fucking go do it. And they're like, nah, we were just playing. So then me and him actually got the shit together to do it. And we all were on, like, they're like, fuck it, let's do this thing. And I was like, okay, well, we all met up in town square. I traded with the villagers to get hella fucking ender pearls and shit. We met up in the town square and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna set up the stream and start the stream so we can fight the dragon on stream. And my brother goes, no, we're gonna embarrass ourselves. And I'm like, cause I joined them late, so I'm the type of guy where it's like, if I'm already streaming and then we like join a lobby or like we start playing together, it's like, I'm gonna keep streaming whether you like it or not. But if I join your fucking group, like in your party, and I'm trying to like play with people, and then I start my stream, or I'm like, hey, I'm gonna start my stream, and someone's like, hey, bro, I'm not trying to be on that shit. It's like, I'm not gonna be that guy who joins your group, and then it's like, oh, you don't want to be on my stream? Okay, fucking leave then. It's like, really, dude? So I was not about to pull that shit. So I just was like, okay, I guess I'm not streaming then. And we go and we do the fight. And I also kind of agreed. I was like, I'm pretty like confident with you that we're probably just gonna fucking embarrass ourselves. Which is arguably a good part of the reason why I should have streamed. But we go, we do the fight. We're going through the motions. Our buddy mid-Q, Omar, he gets fucking murked. And I get like really close to getting fucking murked a couple of times. And Omar's trying to run back and find his way back. And we end up winning the fight. Me, Danny, and Ryan all stayed alive. And we got some decent loot when we found the portal, but we didn't get like a ton. We didn't get like anything great. I think I got like 2 diamonds and some diamond horse armor. I don't really know what the boys got. They might have had really good shit and just didn't want to talk about it. I don't know. But we brought minimal like amount of stuff. We were not trying to lose all of our shit. But if I died, like, I'm losing all of this armor. I was losing my bow that's really good. I would have lost... Oh, jeez, there's a lot of these motherfuckers out here. My enchanted sword. I mean, I would not have lost nothing, but I would have lost, like, pretty minimum amount of stuff. And we essentially, like... I would think I was level like 33 when we started. So it's like And then after we went, I looked down and I'm like, I'm level 56, what the fuck? Oh! And the boys are like also plus 20 levels, plus like 15 levels, whatever, other than Omar, because unfortunately he died. And I was like, I saw his stuff on the ground too, and I was like, yo, let me know if you want me to pick it up, because I don't want it to despawn. Like, I don't want it to just go away. Like, I'm right here, I'll fucking pick it up for you. And I didn't think it would, like, despawn so quickly, but within, like, 2 minutes, it just goes away. It just disappears. And so, all of his shit pretty much disappeared. I felt fucking bad for him. But we were like, okay, well, let's go try to find some other shit, because I was gonna try to look up how to do the egg thing so we could take the dragon egg. But we're like, fuck it, we'll do that later. Let's go to the in-cities, like the outer end area, and see, like, if we can find one of those ships to get elytras, or in-cities, or whatever the fuck. And we basically... we're moving around, like, we're traveling around, and, like, we're all on edge, me, Danny, and Ryan, because we don't want to die and lose our shit. So we're, like, trying to be careful. We're all kind of getting mad at each other and yelling at each other. Bro, what the fuck? Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And we're, like, we find this fucking other portal that's essentially the same one we went through to go to the outer end cities. And we're, like, trying to decide, like, bro, do we go through this? Do we know? I'm like, I don't think we should go through it, guys. I don't know where it goes. I don't know if we can come back. I feel like we're going to regret it. Like, I don't think we should do it. I think we should keep, like, exploring. I think we're going to regret this. And they're like, no. And we end up basically getting to the point where we're like, no, we're going through this. So we're going to just say fuck it and see where it goes, and we're all going to go. So Danny goes first, and he jumps through, and it takes us back. We're like, where are you at, Danny? Where'd it take you? And it took us back to the spawn platform, the obsidian spawn platform of when we first went into the end. We're like, okay. So, if it takes us back there, we should be safe. I mean, that's pretty easy. And then we see Luke Fowalker has fallen to his death, or some shit like that. And we're like, yo, what happened? He's like, no. We're like, yo, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? He's like, I fell off. Ryan goes back through the portal. He throws his Ender Pearl through the portal. And I follow right behind him, forgetting to give Omar an Ender Pearl to get back through as well. And as soon as I load in, I see Ryan standing on the platform, and as soon as I load in, from my perspective, it looks like he literally runs like this, and just jumps off the side of the platform, and just falls to his death. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck just happened? And he's like, no, what the fuck? And I'm sitting there like, yo, what the fuck? And I look down like this. I gotta fucking get out of here. Jesus, there's too many of them. And I look down like this, and because it's purple, like, I'll go inside so you get a better idea of, like, because it's purple like this, when you look down, you see this little fucking tiny speck of purple moving along with a, like, a red eye. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I can barely fucking see it at first, and then I'm like, oh, that thing just hit him. That hit him off the edge, and it starts coming for me now. And it's one of those little, like, endermite things. It's this tiny purple little bug that's just hiding on our obsidian platform, blending into the purple, with, like, a tiny red mark for an eye that you can barely fucking see. So when Ryan spawns on the platform, it just hits him off. And when I spawn in, it made it look like he just fucking jumped off to the side. And it turns, and I'm like, I see it, and it looks at me, and I'm like, oh shit! And I crouch, I start smacking that shit. I'm like, oh! and I kill it, and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. And I book it across the bridge over towards the end portal. And so then at that point, Omar had died, Ryan had died, and Danny had died. They all lost all their shit. They all lost all their levels. And they're all back through the fucking outer end city, because that's where we put our beds to respawn. So they're all stuck back there, and I'm like, I'm out. I have to leave. Like, I have to go. Because I'm just gonna die if I don't. Like, so I run across from the platform all the way over to the island where we fought the end dragon. I jump through the portal. I'm like, I'll deal with this shit later. Well, there's fighting Endermen trying to get pearls and come back. And I'm like, I get the credit screen rolls down, and they're all like, fucking pissed. No, we died! What the fuck? What the fuck? Danny's like, God damn it, I'm just gonna fucking erase the realm. I'm gonna explode our whole fucking town, blah blah blah. I'm fucking like looking at the credits, and I start going, yeah, I know you guys are upset, but I'm over here like, celebrate good times, come on! And he just starts crashing out. He's like, fuck you, I'm gonna blow up your house, I just lost all my shit and you're singing celebrate. I'm just fucking dying laughing with Ryan and Omar, dude. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, so that's the story. we beat the dragon. They all fucking died. I'm the lone survivor. I'm the only one who's able to like keep all the levels and shit I got. And unfortunately, they crumbled and fate got them. I mean, I got so absurdly lucky because, I mean, if it was me who went through that portal first, like, I'm the one who's dead. I lose all my stuff. I'm dead. Ryan's not, or Danny's not. Like, it's just a luck thing, and they were so upset. Like, even Ryan was really hard on himself. He's like, I was just being too fucking greedy, man. I'm like, I don't think so, dude. Like, that's so unlucky that you just go through this portal and randomly out of nowhere, like, this thing that we haven't seen once in the entire fucking end realm, like, just magically appears on this platform that was not on the platform before. And of course, it's like the cheesiest thing that blends in the most with the fucking like block that the platform is made out of. And it just one hit knocks you off. I'm like, bro, there's like, that's just so unlucky. There's no way. Like, I don't think it's fair to say that was like a greedy thing, and I don't think that's like better. I honestly think that might make you feel worse, but I don't think, personally speaking, I don't think it would be fair to say it's like, oh, you were too greedy, and that's why you lost it there. Like, that's why you died there. I mean, I felt bad. It sucks because they worked hard to get us there and to fucking win that fight, and then they just got nothing out of it. So, I mean, I'm sure they honestly feel like giving up on the realm at this point. I mean, like, they made it seem like they were joking when they were saying that shit, but it's like, I know at least a sliver of it is true, because that's exactly how I would feel. I would be so fucking pissed. I mean, they lost not everything, but a lot. I mean, the good part is I looked it up, and you can redo the end dragon fight. You can respawn it and redo it. So it's like, they can get redemption if they want it. It's just about, like, are they going to be willing to do that? I mean, it's, yeah, it sucks. There's, like, a lot of shit that they had that they just fucking lost. And, I mean, it's a lot of levels, it's a lot of equipment, it's a lot of, like, enchantments and shit. It just sucks. I genuinely feel bad, and I know, like, a lot of people might think that's stupid, but, I mean, like, when you work hard to do, like, shit in this game, and you really try to, like, actually put in effort and do, like, shit for your squad, just for it to all, like, be for nothing, It's fucking annoying. Like, it is. The amount of times I've died in the stupidest ways possible. And also, it's like, the amount of times in that whole fight that I almost died too, and just got extremely lucky. It's like, it almost feels like a real war. Like, we really went to war, and I really lost my boys for real. And I'm like, I'm the lone survivor who, it's like, I got lucky, but it's like I don't feel lucky because I feel bad for them. I feel alienated, and it's like I feel like I'm their enemy now because they're like looking at me like I'm the guy who made it out with all the fucking riches, and they get nothing, but they contributed just as much, if not more than me, to the adventure and me getting that stuff. I don't know. I feel bad. I know what it meant. I know how hard they worked to do that, and I know that just fucking sucks when you do put in that effort, and it just fucking, it literally just goes, like, you literally get the payoff, and then when you're trying to do the right thing and play it safe and go, like, back through the portal to go home, and that's, like, you just die in the stupidest way possible, like, it's happened to me so many times in this game. It just fucking sucks, dude. It just fucking sucks. Like, it literally feels like the game is, like, cursing you. It's like, God, why must you forsake me? And again, people are probably gonna think this is fucking stupid that I'm even saying this, if anyone even listens. But it's like, if you play games, like, for, like, consistently for a long time, I'm convinced, like, you know what it's like to feel like the game is literally targeting you. Like, you. It's like, it's cursing you. It goes, I know that you're playing this game right now, and I fucking hate you specifically. I'm gonna fuck you over. Yeah, you're a little bitch. Fuck you. Ah. And I'm just like, hey, yo, bruh, what I ever did to you? Like, you know exactly what you did. I'm like, yep. What I ever did to you, cuh? I think I got away with one. I mean, I feel bad. I know it's probably annoying to keep hearing me say it, but I do. Like, I genuinely feel bad for them. And the shittiest part is no level of feeling bad is gonna take it away. And even, like, if they switch it to creative mode and give themselves all of their, like, levels back and whatever, like, it's just not the same. But I think that's also part of, like, what makes this game great. It's like, now you get to rebuild, and that's what makes you care about your stuff that you work very hard to accumulate and build. And yeah, when it gets fucked up, it's disappointing. Now you get to rebuild and care about new stuff and build new stuff and go through the process again. And some people be like, yeah, well, that's fucking stupid. It's like, fair enough. You're probably not the right person for the game of Minecraft, I guess. I don't know. I mean, but I get it though. Like, I know how I truly feel how bad it feels to just get fucked like that. Okay, pause. I know how unfortunate it is to die in a cheesy way in Minecraft and lose all of your stuff. There we go. Let's groove tonight. Share the light. Oh, who said that? Yeah, so we're about an hour in at this point. Actually, surprisingly, my CPU seems to be running pretty smoothly. My computer is cooled way down. My CPU is running at about 44%. My GPU is at about 12. Yeah, it's like when I'm stationary in the game, it runs at about 30. I mean, that's all looking good. I'm not dropping any frames. Again, my CPU is good. I'm full FPS. It seems to be running pretty decently with the new settings. I don't know what the quality again is really going to look like on bigger screens because it is 720. So like on a computer screen and on a phone, it'll probably look pretty high quality. On a bigger TV screen though, which is generally what I watch YouTube videos on in my room, it's like that's what I'm playing on right now. It's like, will that hold up? Will that translate? I don't know. We'll find out, but this is, yeah, generally the part of the stream where it's like the computer really starts heating up and the CPU starts jumping in percentage and it'll drop frames and overload the encoding. But that does not seem to be happening. At least not currently. And I mean, this is what I mean. So it's like one of the only real hardware upgrades I've made to my streaming setup is that Elgato capture card. I mean, like, but other than that, I'm still rocking the same laptop and Xbox that I've been using the whole fucking time. And essentially the only thing that I've changed other than adding that piece of hardware, which again was like a huge game changer, like if that's the one thing I changed to increase my quality, like that would a fucking huge increase. I don't think anything will make as drastic of a difference as that did. But again, like adding these plugins and then changing the settings, one, I think it shouldn't. I should not, and I did not expect it to be able to run better than it did, or at the same level as it did without the vertical plugin, because it's essentially just having to do more work to do the same fucking thing at a worse quality, might I add. But two, if it does hold up in quality on a bigger screen and it translates well enough, I will be very, very happy and surprised with the fact that like it can run this efficiently with me having worse quality settings, which obviously makes it easier to run more efficiently. But with it, like, the trade-off is like, sure, you lower the quality settings, and if that's all I did and added none of the plugin shit, that would make it run way more efficiently. But you add all the plugin shit and it kind of levels back out. So I figured at best I would maybe, which I really did not expect, as a hard maybe, get it to be the same quality as what it was before today when I added the plugin. The same stream quality. I thought it was going to be a little bit worse, but as it turns out, it seems to actually be better. At least running better, in the sense of like it's easier on my CPU, the quality of the image and the stream seems to be similar, and the quality of now my vertical clips will be better. I changed the audio bitrate, I lowered it so it's technically receiving less data, which again makes it easier to run, but it lowers the quality, so I'll have to see how the audio quality is. I mean, again, in my opinion, it seems to be quote-unquote overall better than what my stream was doing previously, with an added function, which is like a huge fucking win. I did not expect that to be the case at all. Like, that's a massive W. But if I'm being deceived and it's worse, that's bad. And it was way worse earlier. So this is, again, after me tweaking the settings, thinking it was good, running the stream, having it be fucked, tweaking the settings, running the stream, having it be fucked, tweaking the settings, running the stream, landing on this. But, yeah, obviously it's like, if I do all this and it just is fucking way worse and doesn't work, then I'll have to figure something else out. But it seems like, for the most part, up until this point, for this current stream, it's working pretty well, if not better than usual. Again, I won't really know until I go watch this back, but this started out being a test stream. I was not expecting to have it on for this long, and then I just kind of started rambling, and I just kind of started playing to see what it was like, and it seems to be holding up pretty well. So, I mean, yeah, maybe maybe I'll keep this stream public, and I mean, this stream is pretty much just me yapping. Should probably change the title to that. New settings and watch me yap. Or watch me yap about new settings. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? I'm kind of getting to that point, and I know this is just because my brain doesn't want to work hard enough to figure it out. I'm kind of getting to that point in my Minecraft playthrough where I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't really know what to build. But I do know what to build. That's the thing, is I'm just lying to myself. I do know what to do, and I do know what to build. Because there's still so much shit we haven't done. But I can tell, like, the boys are quickly becoming more and more disinterested in the game. And I think they're probably going to stop playing pretty soon. Which sucks. And I knew, like, as soon as we beat the Ender Dragon 2, that it just speeds up that process way more. It's like, my brother's like, yeah, we beat the Ender Dragon, put it on creative mode, or I don't want to play. And then he's like, half kidding, half not. I don't even think it's half. I think it's like 30% kidding, 70% not kidding. But yeah, I'm like, if we put it on fucking creative, it just taints the world. That'll make me not very happy. But it's not up to me. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be running pretty fucking well. I mean, before, when I was streaming on just the normal horizontal stream, that's your, like, the setup you're seeing now with the face cam in the top left of the corner of the screen and the gameplay underlaid. It's like when it was just that running on 1080, 60 FPS, like, if I ran around or ran through, like, caves and shit, it would overload the encoding, like, very fucking quickly. Like, every time. And it would just end up spiking my CPU usage and percentage, which I can tell it's underestimating it on OBS, which means it would tell me it was like 80% on OBS, which means it's probably over 95% on my actual CPU, which is fucking terrible for my computer. So, like, that was just what I was running my normal settings on. So it's like, I also knew that whole time, and I was doing that for a while. So it's like, I knew that whole time in my head, I'm like, I think I need to change my settings, and I was just being too fucking lazy. But then when this issue pops up, and I was like, tired of just putting it off and not dealing with it, and I actually decided to deal with it, forces me to deal with this other shit too, because if I kept those settings and try to run this vertical plugin, It's like, there's no fucking shit. My computer will literally explode. Like, my computer will literally turn into an IED. Not an IUD. Not the thing that you put in vaginas. An IED. Improvised explosive device. Okay, that bed was not too far away. Why is you lying? I mean, yeah, let's just see what happens when I go and stand in this fucking pen full of pigs. Like, how much of my CPU is this gonna use? And then let's see what happens when I just run and spin around like this. I mean, 15%. If I did this, like, 2 days ago, on the settings I had 2 days ago, like, it would be, like, encoding overloaded, 80% CPU usage. It would just cook my shit. How do fucking chickens keep getting in here? Alright, fuck that. Pigs in here. There's a lot of pigs in here. There's still a lot in here. I wonder, like, I should have looked. I was not paying attention. I have no idea how much of my CPU that just used. I'll have to watch it back to see if it, like, lagged at all or anything. But again, that's important. We need to test these things. We need to know these things. Feed this chicken to the dog because I don't want just one raw chicken. I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit overwhelming at first to start, like, trying to fucking set all this up. But luckily, like I said, when I, like, really first installed the plugin, it was pretty much just plug and play. But I ended up having to fuck with a bunch of shit because, like I said, I accidentally hit the studio mode button and I had to, like, take away every fucking module on here and then put it all back, like, just to find out all that I had to do was click one stupid fucking button. Rough. But I think I could be wrong, but I think we have the settings dialed in. I mean, maybe we can make them better. I don't exactly know. That's what I was saying earlier. That's the problem. Is like I don't know exactly what fixed it. Like I don't know if it's the fact that I changed the FPS. Like, I don't know if it's the fact that I lowered the bitrate. I don't know if it's the fact that I raised the CPU usage preset. Like, it could be all of those things. It could be none of those things. I don't know if it's the fact that I, like, lowered the audio bitrate. That's just anything could be the thing. I mean, I even fucked with the vertical settings, and at first, like, I didn't realize that that was the default settings, so that was running like 100 or 1080p 160 audio bitrate. I'm like, that's yeah, there's no chance it's gonna work. And then it was also running like 5,000 or 6,000 bitrate for the video at, I think, 60 FPS. I'm like, that's not gonna work. So it's like, if you have a better system than mine, great settings. Those will definitely work. If you are running an not extremely, I was about to just cap and over-exaggerate to holy hell there. If you're running a somewhat complicated setup on a very... compared to the high-end PCs that like a lot of streamers use, we'll call my machine inferior. Like, very inferior. Like, I don't think I should be able to, it's weird, I don't think it should be able to run this well, but it does, and I'm happy with that. So it's like, a lot of people think they need all the best equipment, and like I was saying earlier, it's like, once you start to get improving your setup, it does get very expensive very quickly, but it's like, honestly, you don't need the best equipment. If you really know what you're doing, like it's a lot of people don't understand just because they don't dig deep enough, but it's like, a lot of shit about your computer can be fixed with a lot of configuration of like settings and setup. So it's like, even like your operating systems, I think, yeah, I don't think I know this. PewDiePie just released a video recently talking about his like setup with Linux, and here's where the I think comes in. I think Linux tends to run a lot easier on like older devices or less optimized devices, just because of like how fundamentally, quote unquote, basic the operating system is, like how bare bones it is. But like the trade-off is, you generally, at least from what it seemed in the presentation to me, is that you generally need to know a decent amount about like essentially building an operating system. And there are templates and stuff from people that have done it before. Obviously that makes it a lot easier, but like the trade-off that I think a lot of people don't realize is like, something becomes inconvenient, and they, even if they know that they can fix it, they just are either lazy and don't want to, or again, they don't know that they can fix it, and they believe they must just upgrade to the newest and best thing that's optimized. But it's like, a lot of shit is configuration. Again, like, I had the Elgato capture card for a long time before I changed the settings today. And I think my stream could have been running way smoother than I was having it run. Which means that for a long time, I was producing worse quality content voluntarily, simply because I was lacking knowledge and I was being lazy, which is a path to failure. It's a dumb thing, and it makes my shortcomings solely my responsibility, based on ignorance. But I mean, I've seen people take absolute potato laptops and like configure the settings a lot and pretty much make them run pretty smoothly, just based on fucking around with a lot of settings. So if you're watching this and you believe that like, oh, my shit's just a potato or a brick, it's like, that might be true, but also maybe it's not. And I would bargain that there's a lot more that people can be doing before they just decide to toss something or just label it a brick. Like, it can be fixed in many circumstances. I don't know, like, I don't know a ton about technology. I'm not some fucking technology engineer or anything like that, but that's kind of the thing I used to, like, when I was a kid, like, starting very young, I would jailbreak my phones and shit, which is risky as fuck. I don't even think you can really do that, because I don't think, jailbreak even really exists anymore like that. But it's like, you kind of, when you start doing that stuff, you kind of start to realize, like, a lot of these barriers and things that people say, like, oh, you can't do, like, it's not possible. It's like, oh, you're just fucking lying, and you're just telling me that because you don't want me to do that. It's kind of like the idea of, like, Tesla and Ferrari and, like, Apple. Like, these companies don't really like and don't allow people to work on their own devices. Like, there's a lot of shit that you could do with an iPhone if you understood, like, on a very basic level, on a very, very, very basic level, like, not even close to even becoming a programmer, but if you understand, like, downloading shit and, like, simply, like, enacting certain files in certain places, you can do a lot more than people, like, will let you believe you can do, which is kind of scary to think about. How when I was like 13 years old, I can just completely bypass Apple's security systems based on downloading some shit that somebody on the internet told me would work. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it worked, but it's the same shit, like, with cars and phones and computers and all of this shit. It's like, they don't necessarily want you to work on it because they realize that if you understand that you don't have to buy the new upgrade, you could probably just fucking fix it yourself. Or get the old one and improve it till it becomes similar quality to the new thing or whatever, or good enough to what you're looking for. Like, that's not beneficial for companies, so they just don't like it. I like, one of the things I've been doing a lot recently is getting more into photography and film. As I was talking about earlier, I like creating content. I like making movies and videos and, like, just, I guess, just creating stuff in that sense. But yeah, so it's like one of the things that I was running into and doing a lot of research on was, like, cameras. And what you start to realize is, like, one, they're not releasing camera models like they're releasing iPhone models. They're not releasing a new camera model of the same body every fucking year, like they'll do with a car, or they'll do with an iPhone, or whatever the fuck. Or they'll do with, like, a lot of games like FIFA and shit. And so what you realize is, like, one, they're not just releasing a bunch of bullshit for no reason, which makes it a lot harder to access equipment because it's a lot more limited, and it makes the hobby more expensive. But two, you also realize it's like cameras have gotten to a point where, like, they've kind of plateaued because they're so fucking good that the changes that they're making to improve quality are, like, very minimal. And a lot of the like, improvements you'll find for a lot of camera stuff do not, like, for a lot of camera stuff in today's age, like, does not come necessarily from the camera body itself. It's like, it's a lot of lenses and shit. And so, one, that's why lenses are so expensive. And two, like, you realize, oh, well, what are they actually doing then? It's like, well, they're making the old, like, the highest quality more efficient and more compact. So it's like, you'll get a better quality image in a smaller package and a, like, simpler machine, quote unquote. So, for example, the camera that I was, like, starting to look at was the Z. This is gonna piss me off because I really don't want to get this wrong. I think it was the ZV, the Sony ZV. I think it was just the one Mark II, though. Yeah, so it's the ZV-1 Mark II. I think there's the E1. Yeah, okay, so what I was looking at initially was the Sony ZV-1 Mark II, And then that's the base level point and shoot, the newest version of the point and shoot that they offer. And I'm like, okay, well, this is $900 fucking dollars for a point and shoot camera. Now it's a decent camera, but it's expensive as shit. And then they have the next step up is detachable lens. It's called the ZV-E10, and I believe there's a Mark II of that as well. So it's the ZV-E10. And then, I don't know what the last thing that was heard from me, but so I'll repeat kind of what I was saying. So they have the base level point and shoot is the ZV-1F, I believe. Then it goes the ZV-1, which has the Mark II. Then it's the ZV-E10, which also has the Mark II, and then it's the ZV-E1. And so the price jump goes from like $600 to $900 to like, I think it's probably like $1,200 to $1,300 to like $2,000 to $3,000. And then, so you start to compare the specs, and you're looking at each of like the layouts of these individual cameras. And I'm looking at the ZV-1 Mark II, and I start comparing it to the ZV-E10 Mark II. It's a big step up, but let me look at the ZV-E10 Mark I and compare it to the ZV-1 Mark II. And when you do that, you realize, oh, well, the specs are like very fucking similar, but because the ZV-E10 has the detachable lens, you can get different lenses with bigger sensors, which allow you to have a clearer picture in more versatile settings. So you get a step up on that front. So you're essentially getting a higher quality. And you realize, like, you compare the prices, like, okay, well, the point and shoot ZV-1 is like $900. It's like, okay, well, how much does the ZV-E10 cost? Oh, it's like $800. It's actually cheaper. I'm like, okay. Oh, and you can get a coupon on it or whatever. Or not a coupon, but and you can get, like, depending on where you buy it from, like, I got, I think, 3 lens filters, because I bought the lens kit, so I got filters, a camera bag, the windscreen. Like, I got a decent deal for it. And I essentially end up buying a camera, in my opinion, that you can do more with, that's less expensive, that's like, it's a higher quality product, but it's not the newest version, right? So it's like, again, it goes back to the conversation of, like, in the marketing, Sony will never tell me or anyone else, like, the ZV-E10 is technically better than the ZV-1 Mark II. Like, so just buy that instead of the ZV-1 Mark II. Because then they'll obviously, like, then you run in the conversation of, like, oh, well, if you're going to buy the ZV-E10, why are you not just buying the ZV-E10 Mark II? That shit's fucking expensive. And I don't necessarily need that high of quality right now. Or at least not for the given projects that I need to work on. Like, it like plateaus at some point where the quality just does not get that much, like, better with where we're at with camera technology. And again, like, it doesn't benefit Sony to sell me a cheaper camera that I can technically have higher quality with. And so you end up realizing, like, the question I'm asking myself as I'm sitting in this camera store with a shit ton of cameras, and I'm like, what, like, I keep hearing people say that know a lot about cameras, like the technology, yeah, it kind of is plateaued. It's not getting way better right now. And so it's minimal upgrades. And I'm like, so why would I buy a new camera? And you kind of start to realize it's like, oh, you shouldn't. Unless you're like, have a lot of disposable income and you really care about having like the most efficient and effective and productive machine, you probably like just don't need to buy the new camera. Like, because realistically, like, the Sony ZV-E10 that I have now, it has the ability, again, to put on different lenses, which means that, like, if the sensor is good enough and the camera body is good enough, which it is, it can shoot 4K and 60 FPS, it can shoot 1080p, 120 FPS, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, the camera body quality is there. Like, sure, it's not a fucking 8K camera. I'm not using a cinema camera that costs $30,000. But even then, like, that's the jump you're getting. And it's a huge fucking jump. Like, if I get the ZV-E1, which is like a $3,000 camera, and even if I get the newest version of it, it's probably got... like the sensor is probably going to go from 24 to 26, which is not a big difference. Like, is it a difference that increases quality? Absolutely. Like, is it significant? In my opinion, for a beginner, no. Like, not really. You're not going to notice a huge difference in a 24-26 sensor. Like, and it's just shit like that, where you end up realizing, like, oh, I can fucking record in 4K on the ZV-E10, basically the same as 4K on the ZV-E1, especially since if you are a rookie or a beginner, you're probably not going to have all the nicest lenses, you're probably not going to understand all the camera settings, so you're probably not going to produce the highest quality image to begin with, or use the camera to the highest extent. And therefore, you're essentially wasting money when you could get the same quality image out of a camera that's easier to use, and you don't have to worry about babying it as much because it's probably used or old or older. And again, you'll get the same fucking quality. So it's like, why am I buying a $3,000 camera over this? It's like, oh, you don't. You just don't. But these companies will never tell you that, right? Like, you do the research, you look at the products, and a lot of people don't want to put more than, like, and this is going to sound probably offensive to some people, but honestly, I believe if you get offended, it's probably you. But a lot of people don't want to put more than 30 minutes to an hour worth of research in this shit. It's like, I spent days figuring all of this out until, like, and I believe if I had just did what I initially wanted to do, I would have just bought that ZV-1 Mark II point and shoot and fucked myself over in a way that I didn't need to. I would have gotten a worse quality product, in my opinion, for more money that I didn't want to spend with, so I just get less out of it. But because I did the research and didn't listen to the fucking company essentially try to tell me, oh, our newest is our best and we'll always, like, be the best, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but on what level, like, are we talking about? Because essentially, like, what's going to end up happening is as they keep developing the ZV-E10, for example, it's like the next step up, the ZV-E1 Mark I, is essentially going to be the same thing as the ZV-E10 Mark III. But the ZV-E10 Mark III is probably going to cost more than the E1 Mark I. So if they're similar quality, like, why am I not just buying the ZV-E1 that's $3,000 instead of the ZV-E10 Mark III that's $4,000 or whatever? I think it's just fucking stupid. Like, why would I ever do that? Especially when I know most of, like, if I can understand the machine and the camera, if I can understand the lenses, and this again goes back to the shit I was saying earlier about configuration. It's like, if I can understand all of these like settings and all of this shit, like I can generally get more out of a machine, a computer, a phone, a car, a camera than like people on the surface believe they can, or than a company will even let you believe that you can. And it seems weird because you'd think like, oh, this company created this product and they want me to be able to use it to the fullest extent so I can like really sink my teeth into the infrastructure of their product and become attached. But it's like, no, because if you become too attached to that one thing, they know that you'll find no reason to upgrade. So it's like, that's where you find shit like BMW's a big one that has always pissed me off. It's like planned obsolescence, where they'll essentially build parts and they build parts to break at a certain point, so you again have to drop money to get your car fixed and spend more money. So a lot of this shit, again, it's like, how willing are you to just kind of figure it out? Like, if on the surface level I just believed, like, oh, all I can do is just pay that streaming service or that AI clipping service, Eclipse, to generate clips for me or whatever. It's like, all the only solution is just empty my bank account to these people. It's like, okay, well, one, that's not true, and two, I'm going to lose a lot of money, and three, I'm going to be getting a worse quality thing than I could be getting. Just based on what I consider to be lazy. It's like, you don't want to just like, one, challenge the notion, and two, figure out if there's another possible way to do it differently. Yeah, I mean, I personally, like, a lot of the shit that I buy or that I get is used or not the newest version for that reason. Like, I don't buy the newest iPhones, I don't buy the newest computers, I don't buy the newest cars. Like, I don't buy anything really brand new at all. Maybe like other than clothes sometimes, like, because I just think it's actually fucking useless. It's pointless. It's like the thing that you were just telling me like 6 months ago, a year ago, is like the best fucking thing. It's the only thing I'll ever need, blah blah blah. Like, is now not good enough because the new thing that you just released is the best thing and only thing I'll ever need. It's like, no, and now because you released the new thing, you also dropped the price of the old thing that is a high level performer. Like, that's where technology's at now. It's like, if you buy the last generation iPhone, do you honestly believe you're getting a significantly worse product or phone? If I handed you 2 iPhones and I didn't tell you which one was which, and you just like used both, I mean, I honestly think most people would not give a fuck. They probably wouldn't really notice the difference. And so I'm just like, bro, yeah, not only will I buy the older generation iPhone, but I'm buying it refurbished, I'm buying it used. Like, I'm not buying it brand new. Fuck that. There's just no point. Like, it doesn't serve any benefit. I think it's a complete waste of money, and I think it's a complete waste of time. I really don't understand the point of it. I mean, I like, even down to clothes, it's like, a lot of my clothes are from thrift shops and stuff. A lot of the books I buy are from thrift shops and stuff. Like, I really don't understand the point. And now, here's the paradox type of shit of what I was saying earlier, of like, but for something to be used, it has to be bought brand new first by someone else. Like, the new thing has to come out for the old thing to become an old thing and become cheaper. So it's like, someone like me who tends to be patient and okay with buying old used stuff does not get the benefit unless the person exists, like, who wants the new thing, or unless the company wants to develop the new product. Like, it only becomes extremely more like difficult to have access to products because of how limited they are when companies decide to go, oh, we don't need to make more. Like, we don't need to improve this. It's good enough. We already have enough. We don't need to make more. It's like, oh shit. Yeah, that's a that's a bit of a problem. Because now now that ZV-E10 camera that I was talking about earlier doesn't exist on the market. Yeah, I mean, it's all... If everybody essentially lived the way that I've been talking about for probably the last 20 minutes, it essentially would be impossible, because again, there's no, like, it's the whole there's no sunshine without the rain. You can't appreciate the sunshine without the rain. It's the whole from The Incredibles, if everyone's super, nobody is. It's like, if everyone's frugal, if nobody spends money, if nobody buys the new product, like, how does it ever become an old product? It doesn't. Well, as time passes, it'll actually become an old product. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean. You know what the fuck I mean. Oh, God. It's been an hour 45, and I'm basically, for most of the stream, just fucking standing in this Minecraft house, just yapping. It's 1:34 a.m. here. Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm 23 years old. I'm quite a lonely guy. I don't have that many friends. There's either something very wrong or something very right with my brain. The fact that I can just sit here for an hour and 45 minutes just talking, essentially, to fucking nobody. To myself, as if someone's here, as if somebody is fucking here too. That's weird to think about. This is this is a glimpse into me. If you ever wanted to, like, see some real shit, hear some real shit about, like, somebody, and see how someone's brain operates, like, this is it, motherfucker. Like, yeah, I'm a yapper, I'm a rambler, I fucking know. Imagine how it is living with a brain that operates like this. It just doesn't shut the fuck up. I mean, I've literally consciously thought to myself during the stream at least 5 times, like, bro, you're making my, like, I'm talking to myself in my brain, like, saying, like, I'm making myself very tired just yapping this much. Like, it's exhausting for me mentally, but I just keep fucking doing it. I just can't shut the hell up. I don't know. It's just a thing that happens, I guess. I guess I can just rest easy knowing I'm a D1 yapper. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think the stream seems to be doing okay here. Yeah, the CPU's not, like, tweaking. Yeah, I just wish more people would just, like, even here, I'll preface by saying this. I wish there were less situations where humans have to figure something out that's not their fault. Like, I don't agree with anybody getting fucked over when they shouldn't get fucked over, obviously. Like, let me preface by saying that. But I do believe that if you get fucked over, like, I wish more humans were willing to just say, you know what, fuck it, I'll figure it out anyways. Like, I'm not just gonna sit here and complain and bullshit and bitch and moan and complain. It's like, figure it out, motherfucker. This is gonna sound really fucking stupid, but it's like, when I built this village in our server, where we're gonna have all of our fucking where all of our villagers currently are, not where we were gonna have them, where they are now. I was commissioned by Danny, by our homie, by the realm owner, to build that. And I built all, like, this entire fucking thing. I got all of the villagers ready, like, it took me hours and hours of time to set all this up. I got 5 librarians, like, I got them all set up and leveled up. We had hella villagers, like, fully max leveled. I built all this shit, I made it look good. And he essentially just was like, because we wanted to turn it into an iron farm, that's why he wanted me to build it in the first place. But he, like, knew that I was doing it this way and allowed me to do it this way and actually encouraged me and told me to do it this way. And then at the end he was like, yeah, we're gonna have to fucking cover it all up with, like, leaves and shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to cover it all up with leaves. I'm like, why? He's like, well, that's how we gotta do the iron farm. And it really fucking pissed me off. And I'm like, bro, you could have told me that from the start. You allowed me to build all of this fucking shit that's a complete waste. Like, why would you do that? Why did you not just tell me? I would have not spent hours of my time building all of this shit just for nothing. Like, what the fuck, dude? And he starts laughing in my face, giggling and laughing. I'm like, I'm actually pissed off. I'm like, don't ask me to build anything again. Like, I'm not doing this again. Like, fuck that, dude. I was really fucking mad. I'm like, you're just gonna fucking destroy my shit. But you could have told me this from the start. You waste all my time like that? I was like that ass pissed off. And I even, afterwards, after we all hopped off that night, I hopped on YouTube and I'm like, because the way he was describing the iron farm he wanted to build to me, I'm like, this sounds wrong. Like, I don't think this is how you even fucking build it. And so I start, like, looking up videos on it, and I'm like, yeah, dude, this is maybe not entirely wrong. Like, it might work the way you're trying to do it, but it's fucking, 1, it's ugly, and 2, it's stupid, and 3, it's inefficient. And I was, like, fucking pissed off. I'm like, I'm not building shit, like, and not only that, but you wasted all of my time, and you're still, like, doing it wrong. Like, you're still doing it wrong, and it's just as dumb as shit. Like, what are we fucking talking about? It's not, and it was basically something that was a complete waste of my time. It was something that, in my opinion, was completely not my fucking fault. That I was just gonna have to sit there and eat a loss, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this, dude. I'm not building anything else that you guys want me to build. I was like very adamant, swearing up and down, like I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking building anything. And then I realized, like, as I'm fucking sitting and being pissed off and pouting, and I'm like, fuck, I don't care about an iron farm. I don't really want an iron farm. But if I want to save my village that I built, like, I'm gonna have to eat a dick and build this iron farm. I just have to take control over the entire project and say fuck it. So I did. I took out all of the ugly leaf shit he put covering my stuff, like, not my stuff, our village. Like, that's the thing that I have a problem with, is I get too attached and I act like I fucking own it. I don't own this. I was commissioned to build it. That's the thing that pisses me off. It's like, because I don't own it, I don't get a say, really, in what happens with it. So people can just ruin it if they want. But I'm like, I swore up and down I was not gonna deal with it. I'm like, the only way I get what I want is if I do it myself. Is if I just rely on myself and do it myself. Even though it's not for me and I'm not, like, interested in dealing with it. So I took all the shit down that he put, cleaned it all up again. And I mean, look at this. This looks fucking amazing in my opinion. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm building the iron farm. And so I essentially had to say fuck me and spent hours of my time, a lot more time than I'd like to admit, a lot more time than it should have taken me, like working until like 2 in the fucking morning, from like 11 p.m., 10 p.m. to like 2 in the morning. for something that was like very simple. And it's not because the build was complicated, it's because I was being fucking stupid and just kept forgetting shit, and then it kept turning to night. But I wouldn't like craft a bed and put it here, so I just kept running back and forth, and you saw how far that run is. Oh god, dude. Like shit like that, it's just ugly as fuck and it pisses me off. But I essentially build this iron farm way over here in this plains area. I just had to say fuck it. I built the whole fucking thing. And not only did I build it, it's like I didn't just build some piece of shit that's ugly either. It's like, in my opinion, I went above and beyond for this motherfucker and built an entire fucking area for it. And keep in mind, this is all fucking survival, so it takes a long time. Like, it's effort that I put into a project that is not for me, that I didn't want in the first place, that I said I would not fucking deal with because I was getting fucked over. I'm like, the only way I get what I want in the end is I have to sacrifice and just build the iron farm. And in this sense, I now get control over the village. I build the iron farm. Like, I gain experience. Like, if you really want to ask me, did it make me a better person? In the sense of, like, did it make me a better player of the game? Like, does it build discipline in the sense of, like, oh, well, you have to rely on yourself and do it yourself, even if you don't want to. It's like, sure. Yes, it does all of that stuff. But, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was really fucking annoyed, and I did not want to have to do this. And I still think it's like, it was not my fucking fault, and I had my time wasted, and I should not have had to do this. But do I think it was worth it in the end? To get what I wanted too. It's like, one, yeah, I do. I'm stuttering, I'm fucking tripping, but yeah, I think it was worth it. So to answer the question I just asked of like, do I think it made me a better person because I had to deal with that and just fucking say fuck it, if I want it done, I gotta rely on myself and deal with it myself. Like, yeah, I even if I didn't want to, I do believe it provided value to me. And I get what I want. The village is there. It's safe. It's all my work there is not ruined. And now we have an iron farm that works pretty fucking well. I mean, they were excited to have it. Like, do I honestly lose anything other than a little bit of my time? Some of my feelings and emotions were hurt. Like, yeah. And does that suck? Yeah. But like, because I said fuck it, I guess I'll deal with it myself and just do it. Like, it's almost, this is gonna sound very fucking arrogant, and I really don't like being that type of guy who sounds just fucking baselessly arrogant. It's like when you're a parent. Like, you can't, and I don't know, I'm not a dad. But it seems, in my opinion, I view it, and it seems to me like kind of like being a parent. It's like, I shouldn't have to do these things. It's not my fucking fault that these things happen in the first place. It's not my fault that my time is wasted. It's not my fault that people want these things to exist but don't want to spend their time or energy to build them. It's not my fault that I was about to like get fucked over and have my shit just completely built over. And nobody cared about my feelings. But it's like clearly the only way for me to get what I want is dealing with it myself. So it's like, I think what I used to do a lot and what a lot of people do is they kind of just go, oh, well, it's not my fault, so I'm not going to deal with it. I shouldn't have to, I'm not going to. And it's like, I guess that's fair. I can't really blame people for being like that, but for me, it's like, I could not stand the idea of like just letting it go and just having it get ruined because I just didn't want to deal with it. Like, if I had spent all that time and effort on building this village and it just got ruined, like, I couldn't. I really believe I shouldn't have had to build the iron farm over there to deal with this and keep this the way it is and get my way on it, but I had to do what I had to do, and I think it sucks, but like I said, I think that's kind of like being a parent where it's like, yeah, your kid fucks something up, you just gotta deal with it, even if it's not your fault. It's like if you want things to turn out right, sometimes you should do it yourself. And again, that's also a subjective opinion, right? Like what I want to happen and what I want to occur in the world is not even necessarily what is right. It's just what I believe is right. So it's like at the end of the day, it's a very selfish way for me to kind of view things, but I don't think it, one, is unwarranted, or two, is like necessarily bad for me to be selfish in that scenario. Like I believe, and I'm not saying this like, oh, I think my friends take advantage of me, but in that scenario, I think I was taken advantage of in the sense of like, someone in the realm wanted something built and didn't want to build it themselves. They made me build it and wasted my time just at the end to come in and say, I'm changing this to be the way that I want it after you did all the work. And that rubbed me the wrong way. So I think in that scenario it's like right to be selfish and stand up for myself and say, don't do this shit again. I'm not gonna build anything else you ask me to build. And I think I should stop making commitments and saying things like, I'm absolutely not going to build the iron farm if I'm then going to turn around and fucking build it. Like, at that point, just shut up. But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways I could look at it. It's just interesting. I mean, it's hard to know what's worth, like, fighting for and just sucking it up and saying, if I want it my way. It's like, if it's the saying, if you want it done right, do it yourself. It's like, again, one that's also completely subjective, and two, it's like, is it, how do I know, like, when it's worth it? Like, we're talking about fucking Minecraft here, and I got that offended over it to the point where I'm like, I'm forcing myself to take on extra work just to get my way. It's like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? And I don't... It feels worth it because I got my way technically, in the sense of like my village is still there, and I got to control what the iron farm location is and what it looked like and how it's built and all that shit. But it's like, was it actually worth it in the grand scheme of life? I don't know. I'm sure people have their own opinions on that, and time will tell, I guess. Yeah, I mean, this was not even supposed. This is 2 hours now of me just fucking yapping. I basically did nothing this whole time playing. This was not even supposed to be this long. This was supposed to be a test stream for the new settings and shit, just to see how things go, but I guess philosophical Ethan came out to play tonight and just started yapping away. I'm a D1 athlete of yapping. D1 yapper, straight up, so... You find that annoying? I don't know why you'd still be watching right now, but I apologize, I guess. If you don't find that annoying, then I guess I'm just, I'm your guy. I'm probably gonna call it there, but not probably, it's 2 in the morning, I need to call it there. I've just been fucking talking for the past 2 hours, I'm tired. Oh... I think I'm probably gonna leave this stream public. We'll see. Talked about a lot. Didn't do a lot in Minecraft, but we talked about a lot. If you tuned in, watched, supported, hung out, I appreciate it. If you want to show further support, feel free to like, comment, share with your friends, subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you get notified every time that I post a video or go live. Again, I've said it a couple of times throughout the stream, like, I'm a pretty lonely guy, like, I don't have a ton of friends and stuff, and so if you're kind of sitting here asking yourself, like, the fuck did this guy just sit here for 2 hours? Like, why is he sitting here for 2 hours just yapping? It's like, on a very simple level, it's obviously not just this, but on a simple level, it's like, I'm just trying to connect with people, man. And I really appreciate everyone who tunes in and hangs out and supports. Like, even if you don't say anything, it's like, I can see when people are watching and hanging out, so it all means a lot to me. And if you watch my videos, I know that's a choice and your time is valuable, so I appreciate it. And if you are watching this during the day, I hope you have a good day. If you're watching it at night, I hope you have a good night. If you're watching it in the morning, I hope you have a good morning. If you're watching on the weekend, I hope you have a good weekend. If you're watching it during the week, I hope you have a good week. But yeah, thank you guys once again, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.